Hi, I'm Dr. Lisa McIntyre with the Pet Butler, and this is my dog Luna.
And I'm Cynthia with the Pet Butler team, and we're kicking off our pet wellness series with Dr. Lisa, where we'll be covering pet health, training, and tips. Today we wanted to talk about kennel cough. So in 2016, there was a kennel cough outbreak across 26 states in the U.S. And just a few days ago on the news, a Chicago animal rescue had to temporarily shut down because of a kennel cough outbreak there too. So, Dr. Lisa, can you tell us a little bit more about kennel cough and how it's affecting our dogs?
Sure. Kennel cough is a general term that encompasses a respiratory disease complex that can be triggered by a number of different viruses and bacteria. We call it kennel cough because not only does it require the pathogen, we need an environment where that pathogen can be easily spread, such as a kennel, other areas where there's a high density population of dogs, such as dog parks, high-rise buildings, places where it can be, passed easily dog to dog. It's a complex that can cause a multitude of signs. So it affects our pets. It can cause something as simple as just a mouth cough that lasts a few days to a few weeks, to something that leads to pneumonia, high fever, and in certain cases death. So it can be very serious.
So as you mentioned, dog to dog. So if other families and pet owners, they have, for example, a cat or a hamster in the home, do those pets also get affected if a dog has kennel cough in the house?
It depends on what organism is causing the disease at that particular time. So a few years ago, we had an influenza A strain that wasn't easily passed among other pets or people. Now we're seeing more of an H3N2 strain that has been passed back and forth between dogs, cats, guinea pigs, potentially ferrets. Other bacteria such as Bordetella, we've even seen transmitted to people that are immunocompromised. So, those would be people with other diseases or that are senior citizens, those whose immune systems aren't functioning optimally.
And as you mentioned, so if dog has kennel cough, to obviously avoid, other places where there be more dogs, such as dog parks, grooming facilities, what are some tips that we can do at home to try to prevent kennel cough from spreading and just getting the disease?
It's important to ask the right questions. So if you're planning on boarding your dog, you want to make sure that they haven't had any cases of dogs coughing, runny nose, sneezing, fever at their facility. It's important to get your dog vaccinated. In some cases, it depends on the organism and the vaccine that's being administered, but it can take up to 4 weeks after the first vaccine is administered to have any protection. So you want to be sure to do that early, before boarding and bringing your dog to a groomer. Other things would be appropriate sanitation measures. So if you're working at a kennel or at a shelter, you want to be sure to take off your clothes and your shoes when you come home because it can be transmitted on surfaces. Likewise, I know that you guys take some precautionary measures when going from yard to yard and interacting with pets to make sure that surfaces where there may be some secretions, nasal secretions and such, don't get past yard to yard.
Exactly. So yeah, Pet Butler technicians throughout every yard, they disinfect their tools, their shoes, and anything to make sure that the diseases aren't transmitting from yard to yard. What should you do if we suspect that our dog has kennel cough?
The first thing to do would be to call your veterinarian and ask, if the signs that your dog's presenting with could be kennel cough. Again, one of these viruses or bacteria that may have infected your pet. If you have frequented dog parks, if you've been to a groomer recently, put in a call there too, just to see if they've experienced an outbreak. You want to make sure to keep your dog away from other pets, especially dogs. Depending on the organism, we may want to keep a pet quarantined for up to 4 weeks.
All right. Well, thanks, Dr. Lisa, for letting us know more about kennel cough. What are some quick tips so people can keep in mind in regards to this?
Sure. Prevention is key. So vaccinating your dog, making sure to call ahead. If you are going to be boarding your pet, to make sure that they haven't had any outbreaks, and disinfecting areas where you suspect other pets that may be ill have come into contact with the organism. So bleach solutions work well, general hand washing, changing your clothes and shoes, and then just being, really vigilant. When we know that there's an outbreak occurring locally, watching for signs of lethargy in your pet, coughing, sneezing, or the eye discharge that are characteristic of the disease.
Sure. So there you have it, guys. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to like this video and share so we can help spread awareness on kennel cough and so we can protect our furry friends like Luna. Thanks, guys.